think we are live. I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes late today. Just checking. Are we live? Let's see. Am I on? Yes. Okay. I see that we are live. Welcome. Welcome. How is everyone today? Oh my goodness. So exciting. I'm just pulling up all of our screens here. So, welcome to day 8 of our amazing Love Yourself Challenge, our amazing self love revolution. I see my sisters here are in the house. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Imani. So glad you're here. Looks like Lisa is here. I think my mom is here. Oh my gosh. I'm just so grateful to be with all of you amazing beings of the light. So, wow, we are on day 8. We've done 7 days of our Love Yourself Challenge so far. How is it going for you? How is it feeling in your precious being? Are you experiencing some interesting external circumstances, maybe some shifts? Let me know. I would love to hear about your experience. And I'm just feel so honored and so privileged to be here with you today as we have been going through this challenge. It's just been amazing. Um, so yesterday at the very end, we were talking about oh, good. Debbie's here. We were talking about framing a picture of yourself. And I was specifically saying, I think it's sometimes really powerful to frame a childhood picture of yourself, your little girl, your little boy. So if anyone wants to share any pictures of themselves on the chat, I would love to see. I brought my framed picture of myself. Sorry, it's kind of reflecty. Uh, so this is me as a little one. I think I'm about maybe 8 years old here. And yeah, I have this in my kitchen. And when I see her, I just give her a lot of love. And I really like to say to her, I'm living for you, sister. Everything I'm doing is for you. And I want to bring through all of your dreams for you. You are so precious to me. Thank you for making it through. Thank you for always having faith that we would get through. And gosh, I love you so much. You are so precious to me. I'm here for you. I cherish you. I live for you, sweet little tassel. So, yeah, if you are doing this practice, let me know how it feels. I put this picture in a frame maybe 2 years ago or so, um, during a 30-day challenge that I was running. This was one of the practices. So I just love it so much. I think it's one of my favorite pictures. It feels really, really loving to put your own picture in a frame and to really honor it, and to, if you feel like it, just talk to your little self and let her know that you are there for her. You are always there for her. um Thank you, Imani. uh oh, Debbie says I put mine as my profile picture. That is awesome. What a great idea. I might do that too. I love that. That is such a beautiful idea. That is beautiful. Uh yeah, Debbie, how did that feel for you to put yours as your profile picture? Did that feel really loving and honoring and just giving our little girl, our little boy, our attention? I think is so healing and so honoring. A lot of the work I tend to do with clients is often around inner child work. and really just connecting with our inner child and seeing how they're doing, and creating a really close relationship with our inner child, who often um, has felt abandoned by us. That's been my experience with a lot myself and with a lot of clients that I've worked with. The inner child often can feel very isolated and abandoned. When I first started connecting with my inner child, oh my goodness, she looked like a homeless child. Her hair was all dirty and ratty, and she had like a torn dress on, and I think she was crying, and it was really sad. She felt very abandoned and alone. I had abandoned her. So now when I tune into her, she seems really happy, and she looks good, and she has pigtails and a clean, pretty dress on, and she seems to just be enjoying herself within me. So anyway, this is a whole nother video topic, is inner child work, but uh, doing something like framing a picture of yourself, especially as a child, I think is really beautiful inner child work. Uh, Hello, everybody. Joe is here. Debbie's here. Lisa's here. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yes, this is a great way to work with your inner child, is to frame a picture of her. And then maybe I'll do another video on inner child. Jamie, very nice. Yes, you seem like you're really in touch with your inner child. You have so much really playful, light energy. So yeah, that seems right. I love that. That is beautiful. So much of our ascension process, it seems like, is coming back to our inner child. Um, which makes sense, right? When we first come into our bodies, we are our child, and we are so connected to the universe, to spirit, to mother, father, God, and then we lose that through our socialization process. So much of our ascension process is about coming back to our inner child and his or her wisdom, where, because they live from the heart and they're not really ruled by the ego yet, and they're really pure. They're really, really pure. So connecting with our inner child is so helpful for our alignment. It's really being in our inner child that is the alignment. So yeah, it's really powerful. It's wonderful. And how great. Yeah, let's just come back to our inner child. The inner child is so much more fun than the adult ego, right? The adult ego is a buzzkill. Or at least mine is. So worried and so practical, and just not a lot of fun. I'd so much rather hang out with my inner child and be my inner child. Um, yeah. Okay, so welcome, 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 the warmest welcome. I just cannot say enough what a privilege it has been over the past 7 days to be with you all. I feel your energy, your comments, your support, your beautiful commitment to your own self-love, and sharing this with others. And this is just, honestly, I think this is one of the most positive, best things I have ever done in my life, is this challenge that we're doing. It feels so right to me. I think I just want to just continue talking about self-love. I think that's all I really want to do. 24/7. I just want to talk about self-love. It has helped me so much. Um, and I hope that it's been great for everyone else, because gosh, yeah, it just feels great. Okay. So, oops, sorry. I got to turn my ringer off. Um, so today, so first of all, let's just quickly review. Um, I feel like a little school teacher here. We're just going to quickly review what we've been doing over the past days. Um, Jamie says, doesn't even feel like a challenge. I know. Really good point. I'm really glad you said that. Yes. It doesn't feel like a challenge. It feels like a challenge to not be in self love, right? The opposite of this feels a lot more unnatural. This feels very natural and like a remembering. I like that idea that these types of things we're just remembering. We've been so many of us just taken out of our alignment and what really is the precious truth. And so this is just really remembering, coming back into our alignment. Hi, Pop. So glad you're here. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a challenge. It feels like a blessing. It feels like this is the right way to go. It feels so aligned. Uh, I think that's why at least I'm enjoying it so much, because the hour that we do this every day, I feel so aligned, so aligned. And that energy helps me in the rest of my life, where sometimes there are challenges with people or circumstances. And so just having this hour each day, this self love practice that we're doing together, has been helping me so much in the rest of my life, where I need to bring more self love and love to others. Um, yeah, Jamie says remembering is a great word. Yes. Yeah, we should call this the 10-day, I'm writing this down. The 10-day self-love remembering. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It just feels like we are remembering the truth to love ourselves. And it feels so good. It feels so good. Uh Wonderful. So Uh, let's just quickly review what we've been doing. So, day one, we started off with a self love intention. Just, I'm going to set an intention to love myself more. Day two, we talked about self love affirmations. I love affirmations. I'm an affirmation just adorer. I think they're fantastic. Day three, we talked a lot about presence with yourself. And wow, this has been a life changing practice. I've said over and over again, this has been a new practice for me. I did not know how to be present with myself. I was always in the future, in the past, out of my body, giving my energy away, not checking in with myself. So self presence, presence with myself. Oh my goodness. Huge game changer for me. Spending time with oneself, also game changer. For most of my life, I did not spend time with myself. Deborah is in the house. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you're here. One of my dearest sisters. So glad you're here, sister. Uh, okay, so those were day one through day four. Day five, we talked about acting from our own values. And I get such a juicy flow in my body when I say that, acting from my own values, acting from your own values. And we talked a lot about how often these values have been honed in fire, basically through the very profound, sometimes challenging experiences of our lifetime. Our values, they are forged through the fire of our blood, sweat, and tears, and that our values really help us connect with our life purpose. And then we talked about privileging your dreams. Oh my goodness. Jamie, you had the great phrase dream team. So, yes, let's be the dream team here together, bringing through the dreams for our lives, supporting everyone else that we're connected with, the whole world, with bringing through the dreams for their lives. Privilege your dreams. Your dreams feel so important because they are so important. You came into this beautiful body of yours on this beautiful planet in part to bring through your dreams, to live the life of your dreams, every single one, all of your dreams, every single one. And then yesterday on day 7, we talked about keeping your eyes on the prize. I love this phrase. So we talked a lot about, okay, what is your prize? What are your dreams? What is most precious, most important to you? And just staying so laser focused on that, not settling. Not settling. We talked a lot about the thinking mind. Oh, the thinking mind. We love the thinking mind. It's trying to look out for us. God bless it. It's almost like an overprotective parent who means well. It means well, but it doesn't know what it's doing. It really doesn't. It does not have the full picture. It does not have the infinite intelligence that is flowing through your heart mind. So we talked a lot about how the thinking mind uses rationalizations to keep you stuck, basically, to keep you stuck, to keep you in your comfort zone. And I shared that in my practice with clients that I work with and in my own experience with myself and friends and family. I often hear, well, things aren't that bad. Well, this job, it's not terrible. Well, my marriage, I guess I'll just stay for the kids until the kids go to college. These are all rationalizations, right? When we live in rationalizations, we're really living in an inner war within ourselves. Our thinking mind is coming in with these thoughts to keep us where we are because it's scared. It's scared. And then our soul, our heart mind is there too. And it wants to be heard and it wants to help us move forward on our soul's calling, on our path, on our heart's desires, on our life purpose, on our amazing expansion. So it can feel really uncomfortable, right? It can feel so uncomfortable to have the thinking mind going with the rationalizations and the fear. And well, you just need to play it safe. You just need to play it safe. Don't do anything, play it safe. And then your heart mind is coming in. My goodness, let's go. Let's live. Let's do this. So this can feel super uncomfortable. I have lived for many decades with this inner war inside of me in so many ways, in a marriage that was not working, in jobs that were not aligned for me, living in places that were really not resonant for me. And this created so much inner conflict, so much inner discontent. And I developed breast cancer, and I am sure there was a huge link to all the inner discontent, the inner dis-ease, dis-ease that manifested in breast cancer. So my breast cancer disappeared as I shifted my life. As I shifted my life, my breast cancer disappeared. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday. And Jamie says, helicopter mom, thinking mind. Yes, that thinking mind is like a helicopter mom. It thinks it knows best, but it doesn't. It doesn't know best. The thinking mind does not know best. The thinking mind is so limited in its purview, right? So limited. The heart mind is connected to infinite universal intelligence. The power of the universe is available within our heart mind. Our thinking mind is just our own little human self's egoic thoughts. It's very limited and usually is acting from fear and security. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's come down to our heart mind. Okay, so today, day 8, we are talking about pivot. Pivot as you are guided. Oh boy, this is a great topic. I'm super curious about any of your experiences with this orientation. I'll say a bit more about this, and then I'll just share some of my experiences about pivoting. And this is a word that just came in through my guidance, pivoting. It's a word I hadn't normally used, and it just sort of came in. Okay, so as we know that we know the meaning of this word. So what we're talking about here is being very loosey goosey about how we do things. Basically, as much as possible, and this is challenging to the thinking mind, not be attached. To not be attached. Oh my gosh. That's a big thing for the thinking mind, right? The thinking mind likes attachment because it feels it's the illusion of safety is attachment, the illusion of safety. Oh, I'm just going to be with this person. Oh, I'm just going to be doing this. Oh, okay, I have a plan. I know what's happening. The thinking mind loves that. The aligned path is the not knowing mind, the not knowingness. The aligned path is not knowing. The aligned path is just living somewhat moment to moment as the guidance comes in. So, being open to pivoting as guided means that at a moment's notice, if we are being called to shift what we are doing, that we follow that guidance. It could be letting go of a relationship. It could be letting go of a job. It could be accepting something new into your life. The whole idea is that we are living more on a moment to moment basis, and we're letting go of our thinking mind's agenda and plans to a certain degree. Now, this doesn't mean that we're letting go of our dreams and our vision for our lives. No. We are staying totally in that. But the specifics, the specific particulars of maybe who we are in relationship with, or what particular job or career we're doing, or where we may be living, we're letting go of the specific particulars. We are holding on to the essence of what we want, the essence of our dreams. We are holding on to that. And we are letting go of the specifics. We are allowing the universe to bring in the specifics in the highest and best way. We're not forcing the universe to respond to us in a particular way. We're leaving it open. This gives the universe a lot more room to deliver to us our dreams, right? If we're open to the form that they might take. I'm going to give a little example of this that just happened this week that I find kind of amusing. So my soul has been really knocking on my door to expand the reach of the work we do, of the You Are Your Own Hero, the self-love revolution. And I just had this nudge to reach out to some celebrities on Instagram about our self-love revolution. So I messaged about 30 different female celebrities on Instagram. Reese Witherspoon, I messaged Jessica Chastain, Susan Sarandon, Drew Barrymore. These are a few celebrities that I've always liked. And I wrote a message and it just said, hello, I've been a big fan of yours for years. I think you're amazing. I had a nudge to share with you some of the work that I've been doing around self-love revolution. If this at all resonates with you, I'd love to discuss it further. And it actually felt super aligned. It felt like that's what spirit was directing me to do. And then there was a part of me that thought, oh my gosh, this is probably ridiculous. Like they're going to respond to me. Um, so what happened was no one has responded yet. It's been like 5 days. No one has responded. And I'm not attached to that. But what did happen is someone else from Instagram messaged me who runs a really popular empowerment group on Instagram, and they have, I don't know, 500,000 followers or something. And this woman said, oh, we'd like to feature you on our Instagram account. We really like the work you're doing. So wasn't that interesting? No one has ever messaged me with any type of message like that before. So to me, what this shows me is I sent out some energy into the universe by messaging all these celebrities. I was saying to the universe, I want to go bigger. Will you help me go bigger? And the universe came back with the essence of what I was asking for. The celebrities haven't responded yet. Maybe they never will. But the essence of what I was asking for came to me through this other really big Instagram influencer. So isn't that interesting? So this is part of what we're talking about is and I think what's really important here is to take the action step. Take the action step towards your dreams, and that particular action step maybe nothing will happen with that one, but you have sent the energy out. You have sent out a request to the universe. You have staked a claim about what you want, and the universe will respond. It always does. This is so magical to me. This is so magical to me. I see it all the time. When I take a step, I am always met by something externally. And again, it may be different than what maybe exactly I wanted or what I thought might happen, but the essence is the same. Isn't that cool? This is a magical universe we're living in, right? It's really magical. So this is part of this idea of pivoting, to just be really open to where the universe is, what the universe is flowing to you. Jamie, you just wrote in something about just you're going with the flow, going with the flow. Yeah, exactly. So pivoting, going with the flow. Yes, we are just paying attention to what is coming in and flowing with that and being really open on a moment to moment basis for how the universe is responding to us. I'm really curious about any experiences that you have around this flowing, around this pivoting, around receiving the essence of what you have been asking for, rather than maybe any specific particulars that your thinking mind had in mind. I would love to hear about it. And I just wanted to share a few other experiences of mine around pivoting that I find really fascinating. One of these is around a friendship I had with a really amazing woman She was the woman who taught me to feel my feelings. This woman I met 4 or 5 years ago. And she, very interesting woman. She has been to India and studied and lived with many different gurus in India, and really super ascension minded and peace and love and very spiritual and a really amazing woman. She was the one. I felt like she was literally an angel from God who came into my life to teach me to feel my feelings. Before her, I didn't know about feeling my feelings. I went through 7 years of a PhD in psychotherapy. I didn't learn anything about it then. I hadn't learned really about it during the rest of my life. It was this woman. This woman just came into my life and became my friend and kept saying, Tassel, you need to feel your feelings. And then what happened was we had a little falling out. I don't even really remember what happened. She seemed to be somewhat not happy with something that I did. And she just literally dropped out of my life, like immediately. Like something happened. And then when I reached out to her, uh, no response. And she's still alive. Like she didn't, she still lives in Nashville as far as I know, but she just dropped out of my life. And my thinking mind felt hurt. And my thinking mind did not understand what happened at all. But the larger, more infinite part of me really understood. She came in to my life for a very specific purpose, to teach me to feel my feelings. And once I had gotten that, for whatever reason, I don't fully understand, uh, she dropped out. And that was our contract. That was our contract. So the universe was asking me to pivot there, to just let go of that friendship. And I really understood that on a soul basis. My human did feel hurt, and I had to feel some feelings around that. Feel your feelings. But on a soul basis, I really understood. Oh, she came in for that reason. It's done, and now I just need to pivot. Now it's sort of on to the next lesson. So yeah, I want to read some of these comments. Imani says, I understand this situation all too well. I believe the pivoting is great. And yes, it's better on the other end. Yes, there's always a consequence to our pivoting. We don't intend to hurt people. So we also play the same role at times with people, right? We are coming into people's lives sometimes to bring something to them and them to us, and then we can just sometimes feel when it feels done and it just doesn't feel quite aligned anymore, that relationship. So sometimes we are responding to someone leaving our life. Sometimes we are leaving someone else's life, in this 3D life. Of course, we never really leave anyone, but in the illusion that we're in. Yeah. So it's just so interesting, the relationship pivot. Another example for me, I know a lot of us here are divorced, is a divorce. A divorce is a pivot, right? Same thing. Uh, I know for me, there were very clear signs. It was time to pivot. It was time to pivot. And what has occurred in my relationship with my ex-husband is we have such a better relationship as co-parents than we did as husband and wife. Amazing. The pivot that was asked of both of us, to me, and I think he feels the same way, has been really positive. We have such a better relationship as friends, as co-parents than we did as a couple. So that's also been a really great pivot. Both of us had to let go, had to become unattached to the marriage and also to being a full-time parent. We had to pivot away from that. That's what was being asked of us. I just love this idea of what is being asked of us. Like, let's just do it. Imani says there's also a cost when we do not pivot. Yes. Oh my goodness. The cost is so great. I believe that part of the reason I developed breast cancer was because I was not pivoting. Everyone's situation is different, but that's just my own experience. I believe in my heart that is how I developed a dis-ease, because I was not pivoting. I was entrenched in my thinking mind's ideas of how things should be. Jamie says, same for me. I can't believe it has gone the way it has. Yeah. So there is a cost when we don't pivot, right? And I'm really curious if you all have this experience too. It seems to me that spirit really, I like this phrase, turns up the volume, turns up the volume when we don't pivot. The circumstances usually become worse and worse and more intense until something becomes intolerable. And sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes that's what it takes for the human to pivot. That phrase that the pain of not changing has to become greater than the pain of changing. And I know that's what happened to me in my marriage. I didn't want to leave the marriage because I didn't want to leave my children or share custody of them. And so the volume just kept having to get turned up and turned up and turned up and turned up until the pain of not leaving was bigger than the pain of leaving. So yeah, our human, oh my goodness, it often does not want to pivot because pivoting can bring us into the unknown, right? When we pivot, we're turning away from the known. The known is over here. When we pivot, we are turning towards the unknown. It's scary to the human. It's scary, right? It's the unknown. That's what it is. It's just the unknown is uncertain. We don't know what is there. And so this, of course, leads us back to the precious practice of faith. Oh my goodness, my middle name is Faith. The precious practice of faith. So we are able to pivot more easily when we live in our faith. And I'm sure all of us can look back through our lifetime and see, oh my goodness, when I did pivot, everything worked out, and actually it worked out better than I even could have imagined, right? Has this been your experience? It has absolutely been my experience. To what my human thought were the worst experiences of my life, in the end, those experiences led me to different situations and expansions that ended up being the best experiences of my life. And had I stayed and not pivoted, oh my goodness, it wouldn't have been good. It would not have been good. It would not have been good. Jamie says every single time. Yes. So we're just talking about basically letting go of the human's plan and giving it to God, right? Letting go, give the wheel to Jesus. What is it? Jesus, take the wheel. I love that phrase. It's so funny. to me. Jesus, okay, my human's driving. My human's driving. I don't know where I'm going. My human does not know what she's doing. So I say, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel, Jesus. Or spirit or mother, father, God, or the universe. Please, please, please come in and take the wheel. I'll be a backseat driver. I'll let my human be the backseat driver. It can say things, it can complain, it can give suggestions. But yeah, Jesus, the universe, mother, father, God, please just take the freaking wheel. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. Joe says, I like give Jesus the bill. Oh yeah. I like that. That's good. I haven't heard that before. That's great. Let Jesus take the wheel and the bill, and then we're all set, right? Then the human doesn't have any fears about anything. Oh my goodness. This is just, it's big, right? This practice is so big about living in faith and letting the universe guide you, and letting go of the humans' agendas and fears and plans. It's so big because it's like, okay, we're not in control, right? It's just, that's the truth. We're not in control. The human wants to think it's in control, and it is control over micro things in our life, right? We can make decisions about different things, but there is a larger track that our soul is on, where we are really just being guided to be on that track. And when we get off that track into the weeds, things don't go so great. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, pivoting is huge. It's surrendering. Another way to say it is surrendering. Pivoting sounds a little bit better to the human, I think. It sounds a little more like there's some control there. Surrendering, sometimes I still have some problems with that word, surrendering. Okay, I'm just surrendering. But again, every time I do surrender, it's great. So I don't know. I'm still a little scared of surrendering at times. Something maybe will always be a part of me. I don't know. So, oh my goodness. Yes. Pivot, surrender, let go, let God. Jesus, take the wheel and take the bill. Oh my gosh. I love this topic. It's so great. So, yes, let me know in the comments any of your own stories about this. Jamie says, pivot sounds fun. Inner child likes it better. Yes, good point. It sounds a lot more playful. Surrender sounds really intense. Surrender is like, oh, okay. I think it has some negative connotations, right? Like in war, when one side surrenders, they give up. It has an association of giving up. There's something a little hard about it. It's not quite a pure word, I guess, because it has a lot of different connotations. But pivoting, yeah, I like pivoting. Pivoting is like, okay, I'm dancing, and I'm just gonna dance over here. Yeah, surrender sounds like what I need to do for the first step anyway. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So we are just talking about all these practices in the container of self-love. So it's really loving to ourselves to pivot, to go with the flow, to tune into the guidance, to read what is coming into us, to really feel, oh, okay, this seems to be my track. It seems to be the right, highest and best thing to do right now, to pivot over here. So this is so loving to ourselves, right? And this helps us to live in peace within ourselves, because there is not a war between our thinking mind and our guidance and our heart mind. So this is such a loving practice, to live in peace, to live in faith, to trust. I love the phrase, I trust life. I trust life. I trust life. I love that. I love that phrase. I love that orientation so much. I trust life. I trust, I trust, I trust. And we've also been talking about all week the truth that each one of you, each one of us is absolutely divinely perfect as we are right now. To see ourselves through God's eyes, we are God, God is us, to be our God self to ourselves. You are so absolutely perfect, magnificent as you are right now, as you were yesterday, as you were 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, as you will be in the future. Every single iteration of you is perfect and divine as it is. You need not be anything. You need not do anything. You need not have anything. You are perfect because you are your beautiful I am presence. So, this is really the ultimate truth. And even whatever our stage of self love is divine and perfect. All of it. We are perfect as we are right now. Period. Um, Debbie says surrender sounds cool only when Cheap Trick sings it. Yes. I like that band. Um, and then another thing we've been saying all this whole self-love remembering, self-love challenge is this very radical, comprehensive, beautiful trusting of yourself. We just talked about trusting life, trusting yourself, trusting everything that comes up for you, everything that arises in your being, everything that you are, every feeling, every red flag, every intuitive nudge, every dream, every preference, every dislike, to honor it all, to honor it all. And yeah, to trust yourself, to trust yourself, to trust everything about you. You, in the end, are your own guru. You are your own God. You are your own everything. You are the expert in your life. Your life is between you and spirit. And spirit is continually flowing through you. You are God. God is you. And yeah, it's all about you. It's all about you, your connection, your trust for yourself, your faith in basically the plan that your soul has for you. Uh, Something around surrender that I forgot to mention that always helps me is I think what's a little hard for my human is the idea of that I'm surrendering to God. Like I'm surrendering to something outside of myself that I didn't really have a choice in. But that isn't the truth, right? We are we're surrendering to our own soul's plan. We're surrendering to our own higher self's direction. And we are our soul. We are our higher self. We are God. So all we're doing is just remembering. We're just remembering and staying on our own track, which sometimes is different from the egoic mind's ideas. So yeah, we're not surrendering to anything outside of ourselves or anything that we haven't participated in deciding. It is our plan. It is our soul's plan, the plan. So yeah, so you're just we're giving ourselves back to ourselves, back to our truest, authentic self, which can be different from the thinking mind. So, oh my goodness, yeah, these are all like really big, important orientations that make our life so much easier. And I just think, oh my gosh, why didn't I learn all this when I was much younger? I didn't know all this until until more recently. But I know it's all perfect. The whole path has been perfect and has led me to where I am today. But golly, I'm certainly glad I know more about this than I did. And I know there's still a lot more for me to learn. And I certainly won't learn it all this lifetime. But yeah, these orientations can bring so much peace, so much faith, so much hope, and also a really great external life as well, which is great. So this was great. This was day 8 of our amazing self love challenge, self love remembering, self love revolution. I am meeting with one of my dear friends tomorrow. I consider him a brother. And he has an amazing clothing company called Luminous Threads. And it's so cool. And he donates trees, and it's very, very service oriented, this clothing company. And I'm meeting with him tomorrow to design a self love revolution t shirt. Um, it just feels really guided to do this. If you're interested, let me know. We will have some self love revolution apparel, which just feels really fun. I've never done anything like that before. I've never designed or had a t-shirt or anything like that. So it's exciting. Uh, so we will be here tomorrow, same time, same place for day 9 of our self-love revolution. And tomorrow, the main topic is acting from faith, not fear. And we've talked a lot about that today. We'll be talking in more detail about it tomorrow. And then day 10 is a really great topic as well. Day 10 is about basically excusing yourself from participating in non-loving interactions. That's a really great one as well. So thank you all so much. I hate to leave. It's always just so great to be with you all. It's the best part of my day. Thank you. And I love you so much. So much love to you. May we all just find so much self love, so much peace, so much joy, and may we spread the good word of all of this to as many as we can. Love you all. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Bye.